Hello, dear students. In our lesson today, we're going to deal with some grammar. More specifically, we're going to focus on the perfect tenses. I know that we've seen those many times together, but once again, we're going to refresh our memory. We have the sentence, I have read 100 pages so far. Present perfect. How is it formed? It has got two parts. The auxiliary verb have and our verb in the past participle, read. What is the past participle? I want you to think simply. When we have the verb read and we've got the three columns, we say read, read, read. The third one is the past participle, or write, wrote, written. The past participle is written, the third column. So, present perfect again. How is it formed? With auxiliary verb have, I have, and the past participle of the main verb. So, I have left. The verb was leave, and we said leave, left, left. You have left. He, be careful here, he has left. She has left. It has left. We have again. We have left. You have left and they have left. In the negative form, we put not. So I have not left or I haven't left. You haven't left. He hasn't left. She hasn't left. It hasn't left. We haven't left. You haven't left, they haven't left. If we want to ask a question, so the interrogative form, what do? We put the auxiliary verb have in the beginning. So, have I left? Have you left? Has he left? Has she left? Has it left? Have we left? Have you left? Have they left? And if we want to give a short answer, if the question is, for example, have you left? We say shortly, yes, I have. Or, no, I haven't. Has he done his homework? Yes, he has. Or, no, he hasn't. And of course, we have some time expressions that we use with the present perfect, like already, just, yet, since, for, but we're going to see them within sentences for you to understand better. Let's focus now on the different uses of the present perfect. One of the uses is that it refers to an action that it is unstated, which means we don't know when it happened in the past. Could you please fill this in? They, what did we say? We have, and the past participle of the verb buy. Think of the verb buy. We say buy, bought, bought. So they have bought a new house. Auxiliary verb and past participle. Let's see another use. When we're talking about an action which started in the past and still continues in the present, we have the verb know. Know, knew, known in the past participle. So they have known each other for years. They met in the past and still continue with their friendship. Another use of the present perfect, when an action was recently completed and we can see the results in the present. So, he just finished a new house. So he started working with the house and we can see the results now. So he has just finished a new house. The verb finish is a regular verb. So it takes ed in the past participle. Has is, of course, the auxiliary verb, the verb that helps us. Another use, when we have a personal experience or a personal change. For example, he, we've got the verb gain. Again, the verb gain is a regular verb, so it's going to take ed. So he has gained, with an ed as we can see, he has gained weight. And another use, when we're talking about an action which happened at a specific period, but this period has not finished yet. So we have the sentence, Anna, the verb travel, 3 times this year. But this year hasn't finished yet. So maybe Anna travels again. So we say, Anna has traveled 3 times this year. The auxiliary verb has, and our verb in ed. Be careful, we have double L, traveled, with double L. Let's move on. We are given some sentences here, and I would like from you to put the time expression that we have in the end in the appropriate place. You have to choose one of those two and put it in the appropriate place. So let's see the first one together. I lent my iPod to my sister, but she hasn't given it back. What? She hasn't given it back yet. So we put the time expression yet always in the end of the sentence when we have a negative form. Can we see it? The next one. I have updated my Facebook profile with some new photos. I have done that. It is a positive sentence, not a negative. So I have just updated my Facebook profile. It is an affirmative sentence. I've just done that. I've just finished it. Number 3. I want to learn the guitar, but I haven't found a teacher already or yet. What did we say when we have a negative sentence? So I haven't found a teacher yet. Again, in the end of the sentence. Number 4. My favorite band released a new album and I have downloaded it. And we're given the words already and yet. Can we use the word yet in such a sentence? It is not negative. It is not a question. So we cannot put yet. But this is something that you have done, that you have finished. So I have already downloaded it, as we can see in the sentence. Number 5. I finished a really good book. I have just finished a really good book, or I've already finished a really good book. We want to focus on the fact that something has finished, as we said, and we can see the results. So, I have just finished a good book, a really good book. And I can watch TV tonight because I have done my homework. I have yet done my homework, or I have already done my homework. Can we put yet? We said no, it's not a negative form. So I have already done my homework. I have already finished my homework. Now, many students confuse the past simple and the present perfect. I'm going to give you a hint so that you don't confuse them, so that you can be certain when to use past simple and where to use the present perfect. Take a look at this picture. We can see that there is a house here, and they bought a house 10 years ago. They bought. Ask yourselves, do we know when? Do we know when they bought the house? Yes, of course we do. 10 years ago. So when the verb is stated, the time is stated when 10 years ago, then we're going to put past simple, bought. Take a look at the second situation. Again, we're talking about the car, and they have bought a car. They have bought. Ask yourselves, when? Do we know when? We don't know when. So we are going to say that we don't know when they bought the house, so we're going to use a present perfect. So we know when it happened 10 years ago, past simple. We don't know when it happened. We don't know the time, present perfect. So in this way, always ask yourselves when, and by the answer, you are going to put either the past simple or the present perfect. Let's move on now to the exercise so that we can enrich our knowledge about these two tenses that we just said. I'm sure that you recognize the lady in the picture. It's Adele. Adele Laurie blew Atkins. You have the verb grow. Of course, it is in the past. It's something finished. So we need to put the verb grow in the past simple. So she grew up in London with her mom, and the verb begin in the past, of course, and began singing when she was 4. She, the verb is graduate, from the Brit School in 2006. What did I tell you? Ask yourselves when in 2006. So she graduated, past simple. Adele already earned. We have the time expression already. So we're going to use the present perfect. She has already earned millions of pounds, but according to her friends, she not changed. She hasn't changed. Present perfect. She's still the same girl. They, what? They're friends in the past. They knew, of course, before she was famous. She, the verb is right, her first 2 albums about 2 relationships that ended in the past again, past simple. So she wrote her 2 albums. But now she is in a happy relationship. Will she continue to write good songs? Adele says, I don't know what is going to happen if my music career goes wrong. I haven't had a proper job yet. We saw the time expression yet, and we use present perfect. Haven't had. Okay. We talked about present perfect. We talked about past simple. We also have another perfect tense, that is the past perfect, which is the difference of the present perfect and the past perfect. It's easy. This one refers to the past. The present perfect refers to the present, of course. So, we can see the lady. What had Jane done before her husband came home? Past perfect. Had, the auxiliary verb in the past, and again our past participle. The verb do, did, done. Done is in the past participle. So we have the past of the verb have and the past participle. And which is the main use of the past perfect? We're talking about an action that happened in the past before another action. So, she had done something before her husband came home. First action, second action. And she had cooked dinner, so something that she had done before, but she hadn't laid the table. Again, past perfect. Hadn't laid. And there is an exercise for you to complete, so it's easy. Still, we're talking about the lady that we saw in the picture, and let's see what she had done or what she hadn't done before her husband came. So, wash the dishes. Yes, she had already washed the dishes. Had and our verb in past participle with an ed. Feed the dog. Had she? No, she hadn't fed the dog. Be careful. Feed, fed, fed. Past participle of the verb feed. Make the beds. Had she made the beds? Yes, she had made the bed. Do the shopping. Let's see. Well, yes, she had done the shopping. Had and the past participle of the verb do. Water the plants. Had she watered the plants? Oh, I'm sorry. First we have this one. Iron the clothes. Actually, she hadn't ironed the clothes. Water the plants. Yes, she had done that, so she had watered the plants. And the last one, clean the windows. Let's see. No, she hadn't cleaned the windows. So had, negative form, and ed because it is a regular verb. And for homework, for next time, I would like from you to take a look at the sentences. We're talking about 6 cultural things to do before you are 18. We are given an example. Take the first one. See a live band. So, I would like from you to write 2 different sentences for each prompt here. I have already seen a live band, or I haven't seen a live band yet. So in the positive sentence, you use already, and in the negative sentence, you use yet. Be careful with that. Take a look at the example, and I'm sure you're going to do that very easily. Thank you for paying attention, and take care. Goodbye.